Hello and welcome. I hope you've had a great week. It's starting to get a little chilly out there, and it's just time to stay in and do some more cards. My name is Lynda Phippen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. I have a sneak peek at some things that will be around in 2023, and I want to show those to you, and I hope you enjoy. So let's just get started. So this is the first card that we're going to be working on tonight, and it has some really nice sparkle to it because I added some Wink of Stella. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but the attraction to this brand new set is the frames and the greenery and even the flowers. So it really is pretty for sure. And it is called Framed Florets. This is the set that we can order from the catalog in another month. So we can, anyway, you can enjoy and get excited about this. So the frames are 3 different frames. This is the frame that I've used for this card. And the foils make it look really classy. And then there is this frame, which is a smaller one. And you could actually layer it and put dimension on it if you wished. And then there's this one that it will frame a picture that that you put on this one. So, and those are hearts. So it might be something to think about for Valentine's. So to make this card, I used some vellum, and I used some really pretty subtle designer series paper to match our polished pink. And I wanted to put some vellum over it, so to soften it up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is the other side of the designer series paper that really would look quite pretty with this polished pink as well. But I think we could do something with Christmas with that. So we'll put this on. This is 8.5 by 4.25, scored at 5.5. And I put the designer series paper on the inside as well. So I used the contour dies for this one to cut vellum. Now I have some vellum tape that I use, but I don't think it really matters what kind of tape you use. You just have to use it very sparingly. So I'm just going to use it in a few little spots. And put it on. Now you can still see the design behind, and that's the look that I wanted. Now the frame is this one that I'm going to use. Isn't that pretty? I do like it very much. So I just need my glue. And you want to just use a little bit on here because there's lots of holes for the glue to escape, and we don't want that to happen. So let's hope I've got enough on there. And I centered it right in the middle, I think. So just hold that there for a second. There we go. Okay. Now, this is designer series paper, And the die that goes with this will cut it out exactly the way you want it, so you don't need to fussy cut it. So I've got dimension on this, and I find sometimes when you're using flowers like this, just give it an extra little encouragement to just change its shape, and then it kind of sticks up a little bit more, which is kind of nice. Okay, now these two flowers I did cut in half because I didn't want to cover up the frame totally. And I didn't fold that one up. I'll fold it up as we get. You know, this paper is pretty sturdy. It'll take a lot of crumpling up. So I got that up there. And this is a Blushing Bride is a little bit lighter pink. So it takes away from all of the same colorness, like kind of breaks it up a little bit. And then I wanted to put Celebrate on this one because you can do Celebrate You're Amazing, Celebrate You, Celebrate Birthday, Anniversary, any kind of celebration. And if you put this on the outside, you can put anniversary on the inside or birthday on the inside. So Celebrate really covers a lot of occasions. Now I used vellum again for this card to keep it what I thought is a little on the softer side, which is the look I was trying to get. Now this, because I am covering up the vellum, I don't need to worry too much about glue. And then I put just a little one here. You just have to give it a little minute to dry, especially if you put too much glue on, which I did. Okay, so we've got some vellum leaves on there. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you can see them. Okay, then I was very excited to use the Wink of Stella on these flowers. And this is just a glitter ink. So I just give it a little squeeze so that you can get it running a little bit. I think I need a new one. Anyway, and then I just went over the petals individually. And it just adds a very subtle sparkle, which is exactly what I wanted. I love it when a good plan comes together. And again, you don't have to be precise with this. Okay, so now we all know that when you use your foils, you want to not waste any. So make sure that you keep the insides, because you can always recut and use them for sentiments on another card. Okay, these are called red and green adhesives, but there's also silver and gold on it. So let's just use the silver to go with the frame. So put one there. We could put one down here. And right here looks wonderful. Okay, so that really is a quick card. And the frames are just amazing. And You don't have to necessarily just put flowers around them, but that is an option. So I hope you like this card, and just give me a minute and I'll get the other one set up. And here is our second card with a nice silver frame and some fun little wood elements. So I have our pieces here, and this DSP has the same design that we just finished using, and you turn it over and you can make an entirely different looking card. So this is what we're going to be working with. Some Night of Navy. And I'm just going to put our paper on here. Now, while I'm doing it, let's just put this on the inside too. So we've got them both in place and I don't lose them. Because you know, that's happened a time or two. So there we go. 2 pieces in place. Now, I find that I always learn something from doing 2 cards. So I'm going to put down the frame first, as soon as I unclog my glue here. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's what happens when you don't put your lid on. Okay, so I wanted this to be centered. So I think I've got it centered. Just give it a second to dry. And I went and put my dimensions on this before I used the dauber. So I'm using Night of Navy, and I'm going to do it first so that hopefully I get it a little smoother. Okay, so I just want to take away the solid whiteness of it, of our sentiment. There. That will do. Oh, okay, and okay, never mind. We'll come back to that. So then I put some dimensions on this. So we'll do that. Usually I try to put those on first so you don't have to watch me do this. But that's okay. Okay, we got them all off. There we go. And we'll just make sure we get the words straight. Okay, there we go. Now this sentiment is from Frames and Festive, and all of the, not all, yeah, like you can put these sentiments in your oval frames if you would like. So that's how that works out. Now I have these textural elements, and they are little wooden pieces. Oops. They're on both sides, they're wooden. And what I've done is I just want to get my scrap paper back again. And I took the markers. This is dark flirty flamingo. And it looks like a perfect match, although I don't think that that is the exact color, but that's okay. And then we're using the blue, which is let me just tell you, balmy blue. There we go, balmy blue. My goodness. Okay, so there we go. I just put some color on it, and what I did was use our Stella again and just colored the little berries. And I know it doesn't show up as bright as it does in real life, but it really does have a nice sparkle on there. So this is how easy this card is. I've done 3. I did 2 ahead of time. I'll get rid of these pieces so you don't have to keep looking at my garbage. Okay, so I just put a little bit of glue. Mind you, that's not a little, but we'll share. And because I put this on dimensions, it's easy just to slip it under. So I have one there, one here. And can you believe how quick this card is? And then we have one there. Okay, now just one more thing before we're done. And I took the frame from, I wanted the oval for a sentiment on the inside. And I'm just going to take this frame instead of using another Night of Navy. I thought, well, let me just do this the same way we did on the front, just around the border. And we'll just color it in. I mean, I didn't want it to be really dark, but just enough so that it kind of makes the center stick out. Yeah, a little bit of contrast. Okay. And it saves me cutting out another border. So we'll just glue this on the inside. And again, center it. I mean, you can make that as dark as you want. But I didn't want it too dark, just because. Okay, so now you can sign your name and write a little comment on that. And that is our card. So I hope that you enjoyed these. And I'm excited to continue playing with these and coming up with some ideas. So I hope you like these ideas. They were fun and really quite easy to do. So thank you very much for dropping by, for your kind comments, for subscribing, and for keep coming back. Appreciate that very much. So I will see you next week. Have a fantastic week. And thanks again. Bye-bye for now.